This is the Erin Marie Podcast, where the pussified mentality gets thrown in the dumpster fire where it belongs, and mediocrity gets skull-f***ed. This show is about getting off your ass and handling your shit, because the fate of the next generation depends on you becoming mentally unfuckwithable. Let's rock it, you unapologetic Americans. This is the Erin Marie Podcast, and here she is.
Community, what's good? I'm your host, Erin Marie, and this is the show where I teach you guys how to master your attention with real-world applications so you can build a brain that bends in your favor. Guys, today's podcast is on fire. I can't wait to share this topic with you. And if you're new to my show, welcome. To bring all of my first-time listeners up to speed, you should know this show is not for everybody. And you know what? We fucking like it that way. This show is not for the victim clowns of the world or anyone looking to settle, which is why I'm not going to be encouraging you to recite positive affirmations in the mirror or tell you everything happens for a reason or you're enough just as you are. I'm not going to be telling you that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to call you out on your shit in a way that punches you in the throat and wakes you the fuck up. So expect it to hurt because growth does. So, are you scared yet? Are you scared? Don't be scared, pussycat. Don't be scared. What else can I tell you guys about this show? This show teaches you how to think, not what to think. I will talk about real topics that affect all of you, and I will tell you the raw truth about those topics. And then I'm going to point out the underlying problem, which is you and me and all of us collectively. And I talk about the reasons why you keep spinning inside your same tired circles, and then I'm going to tell you to handle your shit and what you need to fix. And a bunch of you, I don't know why, a bunch of you don't like those episodes. Personally, those happen to be my favorite, but know this, on this show, I will share knowledge with you on how to raise the bar in your life so we can all rise to the challenge and solve the problems that we face collectively in this world. And what you're going to learn here is applicable to anybody walking the planet. So what you learn here will help you double down on your most ambitious desires in life and become more successful however you define success. Because let's face it, that's why you're fucking here. That's why you're listening. And since I'm somebody who actually gives a damn about you and your success is important to me, and you know that I teach you all the good shit, I drop gold on you guys all the time. I have an ask of you in return, which is this. I ask that you click subscribe, leave a review, and share this show with a colleague, with your neighbor, definitely with all of your second and third cousins, and a friend who likes to wake up sexy as hell every day. So those are the three things that I ask of you. It's a value exchange. That's how we grow this podcast organically because it is not sponsored. That's how you know the message is clean. Now, let's get to it. Today's episode is called Fuck Yeah, Size Matters for a reason, because it fucking does. And I'm starting this one with a story that goes back in time to my corporate days when I was chained to retail, hating life, and dreaming of dreams so massive that it absolutely scared the shit out of me. So I want you to picture this. I'm definitely 19 years old, maybe 20, not quite. But by that time, I was already a 2-time college dropout. I was stuck in retail because I didn't have any marketable skills. And one day, I get invited to a big regional meeting with all of the other general managers like me. And the corporate trainer walks in with his flip chart, and what does he roll out? The holy grail of corporate goal setting. I can just feel you guys rolling your eyes. You know exactly what I'm about to say. The holy grail of corporate goal setting is the SMART goal method. And if you guys aren't already familiar, the word SMART is an acronym. So it stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. I'm pretty sure I just vomited in my mouth. Anyway, the whole room is nodding along with this corporate trainer, right? Like trained fucking monkeys. And me, I want to throw a chair straight into the flip chart because this is the dumbest shit that I have ever heard. Attainable goals? Are you fucking kidding me right now? That's corporate code for don't scare your colleagues with your ambition. Stay safe, Erin Marie. Stay inside the fence, Erin Marie. Hit your little milestones, Erin Marie, and pat yourself on the back. What do they tell you in those type of corporate training environments? Keep it realistic, they say. And don't you dare think too big because it might make the rest of us look small. Translation, why don't you voluntarily climb into your own coffin where your potential rots, close the lid on yourself, and don't worry, we're going to nail it shut for you. And guess what? Eventually, I got fired from that job. Okay, that shouldn't shock you, especially if you internet stalk me or you follow my content. You know that I've been fired from every job I've ever held. That's a podcast for another day. But here's what that moment in the corporate training session taught me. Attainable is just a polite word for Care Bear motherfucker victim clown mentality. And you'll never find Care Bear motherfuckers in the history books who have ever built an empire, which means the only goals that actually matter are the ones so big that they scare the fuck out of you. The kind so massive, so ridiculous, so audacious, the ones so fucking impossible seeming. I mean, the ones that are so unattainable, people literally laugh in your face when you say them out loud. Those are the ones that build a brain that bends in your favor. And here's the neurobiology behind what I'm telling you. Your brain is a survival machine. It adapts to whatever neural load that you feed into it. So if you want to set small, safe, color inside the lines kind of goals, okay, well then how's your brain going to respond? You're going to conserve more brain glycogen and energy, which keeps you in maintenance mode. But on the flip side, if you feed your brain ambitious, audacious, holy mother of fuck, how the hell am I going to do this kind of goals, beyond your furthest reach kind of goals, your brain reorganizes itself to handle the stress load and impact. That is literally how neural adaptation works. That's when your system recalibrates like a fucking arsenal, stretching your capacity, stretching your mental endurance, your mental creativity, your raw firepower. So guys, when I say, fuck yeah, size matters, I mean it. Not because it's funny, not because it's catchy, but because unrealistic goals build a brain that bends in your favor. And why does this matter? Why do I keep repeating this? Because life will never stop throwing chaos straight at your face. The economy will continue in cycles. It will have ups and it will have extreme downs. People in your life will betray you. Shit in your life will break. But if your brain can adapt under pressure, then you're not going to crumble. You're going to bend, you're going to shift, you're going to iterate, and you will be the one that's more likely to keep moving forward. And here is where most of you fuck it up. All of you who are listening right now, you want to be more successful. All of you guys want to make a bigger positive impact in this world. All of you want that in some way, shape, or form that is individual to you. Some of you want to be spiritually sharper. Others want to be financially abundant. Some people want to be physically fit in such a good way that you're stage ready. And that I know all of you want to be mentally unfuckwithable. And I know all of you dream of a better life, something that's more fulfilling. And yet, most of you are still setting goals that make zero impact. They're so safe, they don't even wake up your brain. They don't demand any more than you're already giving. And how do I know this? Because I go to conferences and I interact with you and I give keynote speeches and I'll be on the sidelines of my kiddo's soccer game, right? And I'm talking to the parents. I'm reading the DMs that you guys send me. I'm reading the text messages that you send me, the emails that you send me. Like, oh, you know, right? I am talking to you guys because you're talking to me. And then when I hit reply and I ask you guys, what are your most ambitious desires? How are you building your ultimate life? I'm literally expecting you to reply with something, I don't know, something that makes my jaw drop. Massive, arduous, unattainable goals from you. And yet your answers piss me the fuck off. Okay. You say shit like, well, actually, I'm trying to lose about 5 pounds before summertime. Or some of you will say, well, I want to save a little extra money this year. Some of you will be like, well, I want to get one more client. Others are like, oh, well, I think I'm going to start a side hustle to make an extra $1,500 to pay off some bills and not stress too much. Do you guys hear yourselves? Do you hear this? That's not massive. That's not ambitious. That's survival math. That's table scraps. That's limp dick kind of energy that's just enough not to drown, but never powerful enough to dominate. Why is that? Why do you guys keep doing this? It's not potential, because you've got that. You've got potential. It's because most of you aren't willing to think big enough. And this is the moment, literally, in this podcast episode right now, this is the moment where I'm trying to grab you by the shoulders and shake you awake. You all say that you want success. You all say you want to make a bigger positive impact. But the second it's time to step into the arena with some huge realistic, holy shit, you must be insane kind of goal, where you're going to get punched in the teeth and watch your blood hit the surface, you bitch the fuck out. You shrink the target so you don't risk looking like a fool. That's Care Bear motherfucker bullshit thinking right there. And speaking of Care Bears, by the way, if you are the kind of person listening right now who cuts corners, who doesn't take your physical health seriously, you tap out the second life throws a jab in your way, then why the hell are you even here? Get the fuck off my podcast. Go listen to some soft-ass guru on the internet who's going to sell you a framework that they downloaded off Google and tell you it's okay to give up on yourself. You're going to go spend your hard-earned money on that shit, right? I'm telling you right now, go be part of a group who denies the existence of the problem. You're going to fit in nicely. To the rest of you, I know that if you are listening to me right now, I know that if you follow my work, if you consume my social media content, you are already the type who gives your fucking best when you show up. But let me remind you, effort alone doesn't mean shit if the size of your target is microscopic. It's like pointing a BB gun at a tank. It's not going to get the job done. And let me dive into that further, okay? To those of you, the ones who actually want to earn your success through elbow grease, hard work, digging it out of the mud with your bare hands, and you're willing to get back up when you get punched in the teeth. But you're sitting there right now, okay? Like you're scratching your head and you're wondering like, I'm so willing to do all of those things and I do those things. But why aren't things breaking my way? Why does my effort feel wasted? Why fruition hasn't shown up for me yet? Well, guess what? I've got that answer for you. So turn the volume up, write this shit down on your bathroom mirror, tattoo it to your forehead if you have to, because here it comes. No one, and I mean no one in history or anybody that you look up to who sets their sights on becoming a 9-figure juggernaut, who actually committed every ounce of their life force to reaching that level, walked away with 0. Not one. If you're going to set a goal, let's say to be an 8-figure earner, and you give it everything, you know what I mean by that? Everything. Even if you don't hit those 8 figures, where do you think you're going to fucking land? You are going to land inside 7 figures. Why? Because that's the power of scale. That's the power of size. And here is like the missing link that most of you ignore. I know nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to do this, which is once you have figured out what the mother of fuck your actual massive, insane goal is going to be, once you've designed it, I'm telling you, none of that means shit until you decide to commit. And I'm not talking about the half-ass, I'll try for a few months and see what happens commitment. That's not commitment. That's a bullshit. That's toe in the water cowardice. Commitment means you are all the way the fuck in. No backup plan, no escape hatch, no safety net. You're burning the fucking boats and you're building an empire with the ashes, because without commitment, you're just another Care Bear motherfucker scribbling shit in a notebook and you're calling it vision. Your brain only adapts when it knows that you are not leaving the arena. Commitment is the signal to your nervous system like, hey, this is not a drill, it's war. And that's when it starts reorganizing, reinforcing, sharpening every neural pathway that you've got. The brain tags what's meaningful based on where you repeatedly place your attention and energy. Commitment keeps that spotlight fixated. It forces your system to prioritize the goal above distraction, above fear, above comfort, Without commitment, your brain is going to wander back to the small, safe space bullshit. But with commitment, you're going to lock onto your target like a human apex predator, and you're not going to stop until you rip its fucking throat apart. But that's where you guys choke. You're flirting with big goals, but never fully commit. You retreat the moment shit gets hard. You bail on yourself when you get punched in the teeth, and you sit there wondering why shit isn't working out for you. All right, listen to my words. Massive goals require massive neural and behavioral alignment. And that doesn't mean that you write down the words, become a multimillionaire on a Post-it, and then stick it to the side and hope for the best. No. You have to actually align your entire life. You have to strip out all the bullshit and toxicity that no longer serves your goals. And you got to dedicate your time, your energy, your focus, your identity with your goals. You got to show up when every single cell in your body wants to quit. You have to endure. That's commitment. That's the difference between people who build juggernauts and people who end up bitter as fuck, looking their kiddos in the eyes and being like, well, life just didn't work out for me. So let me ask you, are you just interested in your goals, huh? Or are you fucking committed? Because the difference between the two is you dying with a pile of regret or living undeniable. The people that you read about in history books or your favorite entrepreneur magazine issue did not set attainable goals. Let me give you an example. I want you to think about Uber. The guys who started Uber, they got laughed at. They were told their ideas were stupid. They were told, there's already cab companies. Nobody's going to buy into your dumbass idea of your neighbor who lives 4 streets down, picking you up in their personal vehicle and taking you to the airport, right? They got laughed at. And now, every single one of you listening right now has the Uber app downloaded and literally drinks the Uber Kool-Aid, okay? Let me give you another example. What does everybody find so fascinating about Elon Musk? Why does everybody glue themselves to the TV or listen to his podcast interviews, right? Why does everybody think he's so special? What's so special about Elon Musk? He's just a man. He's not superhuman. Yet you all want to learn from somebody like this, right? A man who, by the way, sets unrealistic, unimaginable kinds of goals. You're leaning in with curiosity when that dude speaks because you want to know, what does he know? Because you want to know, how the fuck does somebody pull off the impossible? When, let me remind you guys, what he does is in fact not impossible. And he continues to prove this fact again and again and again. So what am I telling you here? You are all setting your goals too much in the attainable category and not enough in the insane as fuck category. And I'm talking to you about this because I'm recording this podcast at the end of August, and every single one of you said back in January, right around New Year's, what'd you say? What did you say? You said, this year is gonna be my year. You remember that? You remember saying that? Some of you actually posted fucking videos on social media openly declaring whatever the fuck changes to your life you were gonna make. And I'm gonna bet you $1 that you declared your year. And then you went and set small, attainable, stupid as fuck benchmarks for yourself. And you gave up on or around, 10.5 days into the new year. And if you are still pursuing your goals from the beginning of January, chances are you damn sure aren't doing it with the same gusto that you did on January 1. So pay the fuck attention, guys, because you don't get it. You gotta burn the fucking ships. There is no plan B for you. It's not a weekend hobby for you. If making $100,000 is your goal, then you are already fucked, because you better be setting your sights on a $2 million target if you want to make $100,000. And if you want to make $2 million, then you better calibrate your sights on a $47 million target. And that means every single breath you take, every action, every bit of energy that you exert, every single one-word food that you ingest, every single thought that you bring into focus, every single minute of every single day of every single month for the entire fucking year better fucking line up with a $47 million goal. And it's translated into one giant, brutal measuring stick, whatever that means for you, whether it's revenue, clients, units sold, training hours, I don't know, whatever it looks like for you. Which means everything that doesn't move that number is enemy activity. And some of you listening right now are like, well, hold on just a second. Like, I'm listening to this entire ideology here, Erin Marie, but like, wait, I make a daily checklist and I cross off my tasks each and every day. So I'm thinking that that counts. So you're not talking to people like me. And I'm here to tell you, wrong. That is some bullshit. And if you don't think it is, if you don't understand the simplicity in the difference between massive unattainable goals that you set for an entire year and a daily checklist that breaks down the goal-oriented action steps that you take that creates new neural pathways to reach that massive, amazing goal, then you are, in fact, by definition, a Care Bear motherfucker. And get off my podcast. My content is not for you. I am actually telling those people, go recite positive affirmations in the mirror and dwell in your mediocrity. This is about changing the way you think, therefore changing the way you behave, therefore changing the way that you show up in the world. This is about keeping the promises that you make to yourself. This is about making your own wind at your back. This is about developing mental endurance longer than you have ever endured. This is about not quitting on yourself. This is about taking clear, calculated, precise, massive action. And this is about a level of commitment that forces neural adaptation. Now, what do you think happens when you actually commit your entire life like this? What happens when you start showing up different? What happens when you pour insane amounts of energy into each and every day, huh? What do you think happens? You build a brain that bends in your favor when the shitstorm flies directly at your face. And make no mistake, the shitstorms will fly at your face, specifically in the moments that you least expect it to, because that's just how the world works, okay? And so what does that mean? It means if you want to be somebody who wants to drive around in a Porsche, then you better start setting your sights on a Bugatti. And if you want to drive a Bugatti, then you better start thinking about how you can get your little ass into Learjets. Insane goals pull you directly into an insane trajectory where you end up waking up and kicking ass every single day. You're in the arena like a fucking human apex predator, okay? You need to start pulling this concept into your life sooner rather than later, or by the end of the year, you're going to be right where you started. Just another new year, new me, Care Bear motherfucker, shouting into the void of social media, stuck in the same fucked up cycle of cesspool mediocrity. But when you set massive, insane, unrealistic goals, and you pour your waking energy into them with a zero deviation mindset, you stop playing small by default. You build a brain that bends in your favor. You get punched in the teeth, your blood hits the ground, you stand back up, you spit the fucking blood, and you keep moving forward no matter how many times this happens. You no longer press pause. You no longer let that inner bitch talk you into quitting on yourself. You don't shrug your shoulders and say, well, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. You fucking lock on target and you charge the fuck forward. That is what neurodominance looks like. That's what separates juggernauts from everybody else. It's insane commitment to a massive goal. And when you commit, your behavior shifts. You start taking massive goal-oriented action. You execute on a scale that literally scares the shit out of you. Your daily habits stop looking like everybody else's weak-ass latte routine, and you start aligning with the human apex predator's mentality. Then results start to show up. Yes, you start stacking wins. Yes, your momentum compounds. And then suddenly, those friends of yours, I'm using air quotes, who laughed at you, who whispered shit behind your back, who told you your goals were stupid, those people start choking on their fucking words. They start saying, holy shit, man. Hey, high five. Look at you. Look at your results. Hey, man, I always knew you could do it. but they're really secretly scratching their fucking head because they don't know how you did. And I'm telling you, it wasn't magic. It's not luck. It's not the karma god sprinkling fairy dust on your head. It's because you believed in you when they didn't. It's because you knew that you were built to carry the burden that would crush others. It's because you bled for the thing that they never had the guts to chase. It's because you poured your soul into the most unrealistic goal that you could ever summon up. So let me remind you, most of you are selling yourselves short every single day. Stop doing this. Every time you take a step forward, you are going to be strengthening your foundation. Every time you keep the promises that you make to yourself is a win. Stop standing in your own way. You were built for something bigger, and you're tossing it in the trash because you'd rather set attainable, realistic goals that fit neatly inside the perfect square. Attainable goals kill potential. Attainable goals bury ambition. Attainable goals ruin lives. Guys, attainable goals rot your soul until all that's left is a pile of regret. So I'm telling you, the next time some leadership guru waddles up to you and tells you to set realistic, attainable goals, you tell that bitch to eat shit. Attainable goals don't build juggernauts. Your goals should embarrass you to say them out loud. Your goals should force you to align every ounce of your daily action with something so absurdly massive that you couldn't possibly get away with half-assing it, because the sheer size of your target demands insanity. You don't need to go search the internet for a framework for this, guys. You don't need to do that. And you damn sure don't need to go buy another 12-week course from some guru who's trying to teach you to take bigger action. And you damn sure don't need to waste money on firewalking seminars, okay? You need to get the fuck up tomorrow and take action. All right, hell, no, just start right now, in fact. Start with what you already know how to do. And if that action that you take isn't massive and big enough, then I want you to wake up tomorrow and I want you to multiply it times 15, okay? Switch it up, adapt, iterate, teach yourself. And unless you're learning directly from somebody who's walked the exact road that you want to walk, then nobody else that you're asking has the answer. And guess what? Sometimes you just got to figure it the fuck out on your own by taking action, falling on your face a few times, and learning. And if you don't know where to start, because I know some of you don't know where to start, that's okay. Ask yourself, how can you show up in the world in a way that forces results? What do you need to be doing differently? Or the better question, my favorite coaching question, is what do you need to stop doing in order to press forward? Because that's how you stop being your own bottleneck. And the answer that you guys are looking for, it's not complicated. The answer is you just start. One step, one foot in front of the other. Okay? And then once you've got that, you fucking full sprint. Straight ahead. You pour yourself into bringing value to other people. You pour yourself into solving problems. You do everything you can to improve somebody else's situation. Because if you want that Learjet, or if you just want a better car, or a better career, or you want to provide for your family better, then you better pour your soul into becoming the most dangerous, most valuable, most relentless human apex motherfucker in the room at all times. And most of you aren't doing that. I know you're not, because 99.9% of the people listening to me right now quit on themselves too soon. You cut corners. You don't crank out that last rep at the gym, and you've never gone all in and then sustained and endured. So here's what I want your big takeaway to be. All right, the next time that you want to go make resolutions, the next time you want to level up, the next time that you want to set a goal, don't set attainable. Don't set reasonable. Don't set what gets you a golf clap from your weak-ass friend group. I want you to set massive, unrealistic, laughable, embarrassing goals. And then I want you to go talk yourself into taking the first step. You are done playing small. Why? Because size fucking matters. It matters. The size of your goals, the size of your ambition, the size of your action steps determines the size of your life. Go speak your massive goals out loud. I want you to live them, breathe them, obsess over them. Even if you have $0 in the bank, even if your marriage is crumbling, even if you just got laid off of work, even if you're overweight, even if you look around right now at your life and you're like, well, fuck, there's no indication that my life can turn around. Set those fucking goals anyhow. And start right now. Go set those goals, and I want you to laugh at yourself out loud because they're so fucking ridiculous. All right? And if you're not laughing at yourself, then you have to go back to the drawing board because they're not massive enough. Go make them bigger. Size fucking matters. I want you to write down the biggest goals that you have ever imagined in your brain that you would never have dreamed would be possible for you. The ones that you've been too scared to say out loud. That's the ones I want you to write down. I want you to write the ones down that will drag your ass straight into the trajectory of who you were put on this planet to become. Because you are absolutely capable of this. All of you are capable. All of you have the potential. All of you have the willpower to do this. You deserve to experience everything this life has to offer. Memories, landscapes, success, adventures, massive dreams that become reality in full color. An abundant life that you look at and you think, holy shit, I can't believe this is my life. You deserve a life that postures you in a better position than everyone around you right now. So quit selling yourself short. Quit aiming for scraps on the floor. Quit pretending that you're going to live a legendary life off of attainable, realistic goals. Because you and I both know it's a fucking lie. The size of your goals dictates the size of your life. So aim at the unrealistic. Aim at the insanity. I want you to strap in, lock on, and fucking commit to taking a violent swing by doing one fucking thing right now that pulls your ass into a whole new trajectory. So if you're still wondering, does size matter? Fuck yeah, size matters. Say it with me. Fuck yeah, size matters. Say it again until it hurts. Fuck yeah, size matters. Go write it on your bathroom mirror. Burn it into your brain. Tattoo it on your soul. You're not going to get a perfect time. You don't get it tomorrow. You get this moment, guys. This moment is what you have. So go climb into the arena the moment this episode ends and call your shot. And remember, in this arena, the only thing that matters is fucking size, bitch.
This has been the Erin Marie Podcast. So many people walking around out there are professional victims and complainers, and we ain't having it. If you agree and you've gotten something from the show, make sure to like, rate, and review. Remember, stay off your ass, no excuses, and never settle for mediocrity. Catch you next time on the Erin Marie Podcast.